Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, the famous designer Italdesign is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and they hooked up with the folks over at Nissan to create the brand new GT-R50, obviously celebrating their 50th anniversary. Obviously, being a design studio, a lot of work has been done to the exterior of this vehicle with brand new front end treatments and rear end treatments as well. A lot of active aero parts and this very, very slick black finish with gold accents. But they haven't left the lump alone, as the 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V6 gets some love in a pretty significant way. New turbochargers, new intercoolers, along with brand new rods and pistons and new headwork, bumping up the power to 710 horsepower and 575 pounds-feet of torque. Now, we talked about the active aero situation as well, along with this massive retractable rear wing. Now, the trick is we don't know the intentions of Italdesign about what they're looking to get out of this particular machine. Obviously, it's done somewhat of a flight of fancy to celebrate their 50th anniversary, but it's going to be hitting the show car circuit over the next several months, possibly making its world debut at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. And possibly, if there's enough interest in this vehicle, there could be a limited run actually done of this. So we'll definitely keep you in tune if we hear more about this in the future. FCA is showing the refresh version of the 2019 Challenger over the next several days. Now, I say refresh, it's the same automobile that we've known and loved for several years, as it's definitely waiting its brand new complete refresh over the next couple of years. Now, this is the brand new Scat Pack version of the Challenger, and obviously one of the biggest things you notice that the Hellcat hood makes its debut on this particular vehicle as its standard equipment. Now, it gets another little bit of Hellcat love, including the hollowed out inner marker lights, which come out on the Hellcat over the past several years, which allow a lot of fresh air to get into that 6.4 liter normally aspirated Hemi V8, making 485 horsepower and 475 pounds-feet of torque. Obviously, it gets the wide body treatment, which I have to say has really transformed this particular vehicle. And I know this is kind of heavy-handed, saying the Challenger is a little bit mundane, but boy, I tell you what, you put that wide body kit with the big wheels and tires, the advanced suspension, Brembo brakes, it really makes this vehicle pop. This vehicle is going to be available in just a handful of months' time, and we'll be talking about some of the other machines from that Challenger lineup next, including the brand new Hellcat version. Now, the Hellcat version obviously gets a completely brand new hood, which is completely functional, as well as one of the actual snorkels is actually a scoop to allow cold air to get inside of the vehicles, along with those hollowed out marker lights that we talked about before. Now, this vehicle does get a power upgrade, as the 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 gets a 10 horsepower jump to 717 horsepower and 656 pounds-feet of torque. Much like the Scat Pack, it can be available in either a 6-speed manual or the 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox. And also, this vehicle gets a bunch of upgrades. Not only the Scat Pack, but also this vehicle available in the 8.4-inch touchscreen on the interior as well. Again, comes with a wide body treatment, the upgrade on the suspension, bigger wheels and tires, Brembo brakes on all four corners. And then the real story of the show is the brand new Hellcat Red Eye, which I have to say, the Red Eye, I don't know, it's kind of the weirdest name I guess they could have came up with. I think of it sounding a little bit Old West, like, I'm going to go out and get old Red Eye, going to get a posse together and go after him, or obviously the more contemporary version of it, the Red Eye being a late night flight from point X to point A. Now, that being said, this vehicle gets the brand new hood treatment as well, which is fully functional. Actually, one of the scoops is going to allow air into that 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8, but the old Red Eye here gets a significant power bump to come in just under what the Demon did. This thing makes 797 horsepower and 707 pounds-feet of torque. 0 to 60 numbers come in at just 3.4 seconds with a top speed of over 200 miles an hour at 203. Again, the vehicle is available in a 6-speed manual gearbox or in the 8-speed ZF gearbox. Upgraded suspension, wide body kit, bigger wheels and tires, Brembo brakes on all four corners. And this vehicle is going to be available in the last quarter of 2018 as a 2019 model. No pricing or availability have been released on any one of these vehicles as of yet, other than the actual debut dates. But we'll definitely keep you in tune of what we hear. And last up on the list, McLaren showing off the brand new 600 LT. They've been teasing this vehicle over the past several weeks, but it made its debut just a handful of days ago. Now this vehicle too gets a significant amount of treatment. Obviously the LT meaning it being a long tail, and it is longer and 2.9 inches longer than the 570 version. Gets a ton of carbon fiber treatment inside and out, including all new front end on the vehicle, new carbon fiber front fenders on it, a new carbon fiber rear diffuser in it as well. The vehicle's really gone on the Atkins, saving 211 pounds of weight as the vehicle weighs in at 2,749 pounds. The 3.8 liter twin turbocharged V8 gets a little love as well, as it gets a bump up in power. Obviously 600 means it's going to have around 600 horsepower, coming in at 592 horsepower and 457 pounds-feet of torque, up 30 horsepower and 14 pounds-feet of torque. Obviously, the vehicle is quite a bit lighter, along with the more power. We haven't heard performance, actual numbers out of this vehicle as of yet, but cannot wait to hear what this thing can actually pull off. The carbon fiber treatment really comes in big, along with P1 seats right out of the old P1. The 650S brakes are on this, the carbon ceramic brakes on all four corners. This vehicle can go faster, stop better, turn quicker. This thing does every little bit better as it becomes the top of the tree in the low-end version of this particular machine, coming in the 570 range. So, haven't heard pricing or availability as of yet, but we'll definitely keep you in tune of what we hear. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get some first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.